day, good day, good day. I would like to welcome you to another episode of Conversation, Yonder's Conversation with Friends. With further ado, this is my good friend. He's my barber. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's an author of some amazing books, and he's a poet. So that's a whole different realm of writing, which I love. Most people don't even understand poetry. But I bring, without further ado, my friend Troy Legette.
Yay! Hey, Mr. Yonder, how you doing today, my friend?
Man, I am good. I am good. I am good. Let's jump right in. Let me tell the folks a little bit about yourself.
Okay, yes. First of all, my name is Troy Legette, and I am a artist of many things: a barber, a writer, an author, and a poet. And I love life. I live life simple, and I network with people, and we make things happen.
That's so cool. Yeah, like when he say your barber, this is my barber. This is me and my son's barber. He puts in work. He puts in work out. Make us look. All my haircuts are tight because this man right here doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Nah, I appreciate you, man. Okay, tell us about. Look, okay. I'm gonna jump right in.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
I'm gonna jump right in. I'm gonna put it on the screen and you tell me bye.
The Objective Scholar. Yeah. So, the Objective Scholar is a collection of poems that have been written by me. It is my second poetry collection. I'm so happy for it. I'm so grateful for it. I'm glad to be on another podcast that I can speak about it. And it was a collection of poetry that was a challenge to myself.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first wrote my first book, it was a book written from the inside of me, my thoughts, with no aim, no goal. I just wrote, sort of like a diary, and as you would say, as how I see the world and how I see things. My perspective. The second one was had a more strict focus. I wanted to cater towards the literary audience, the literary professionals, and uh, readers, readers who love to read, and people who love poetry, other poets, schools, education. So that's where I was kind of gearing my second book while incorporating some of the same strategies I've used in my first book.
Okay, well, tell me about your writing style. Did you write as a child? Did you start writing as an adult? What made you the poet?
My fascination with words, seeing words I've never seen before, looking them up, trying to learn how to use them, learn what they mean, understand. I was fascinated with words. Then I grew a love for music,
Mm-hmm.
and from music, I attempted to start writing songs, and songs turn to lyrics. Lyrics falls into poetry. That's one avenue. The other aspect of it is journal writing, diary, journal writing. But that didn't come until my later years, like after teenage years in my 20s, when I became more focused on attempting to journal write.
Oh, I forgot to say. I forgot to say. Look, Troy is also a musician. I mean, you rap, you sing. What? Tell us what do you do on the musical side?
Well, I have a love for rap music growing up. Um, as a young teenager, that was something that I enjoyed. So, along with sports and basketball, I added that to my to-do list as far as training myself how to do it, learning from others that was already doing it though, observing it. I never had a in-house mentor such as a parent, cousin, brother, sister, or anybody like that that was already into music that just took me under their wing. Me, I had to train by observing others that was already doing it, from videos to local talent shows to local neighborhoods. You see talent everywhere. So school, and that's where some of my inspiration came from, and that's me attempting to tackle that art.
You know what? That's funny you said it because the arts aren't taught as much they was back when I was younger. But if you're an artist, you're on your own. I mean, really, if no one in your family does this or believes in it, you're really on
Right,
your own. If you're a writer, you're a writer, you're a rapper, you're a poet. I mean, I'm just thinking of this as a whole
right,
because everyone understands. That's why I like talking to folks like you and being in collective groups of folks because we talk each other language. No
right.
one talks that language, but an artist. They don't even see the front cover to the back cover. They can't see which, and it's not anything against them. It's just not what they do.
Two things I like to add. One, yes, individually, you have to find your way.
Right.
Secondly, you alone until you have a greater success than the success you already are at individually.
That's true. That's true. And as you said, you're alone until you find a greater success. You're alone completely because sometimes you lost in that music or you lost in that book. And
True.
that's that book becomes your friend or the music becomes your friend. That's funny. I'm doing my as I'm talking to you, as I do numerous times. I've had these conversations with authors, musician, artsy type. It's like we're on the island by ourselves some days, and we're the only person on the island. So I think that's funny. That's just a different way of looking at it. It's
Yes,
sad, it's true, and it's also sometimes what we need. Sometimes you can't
exactly.
create around people. I mean, let's be honest. You
Exactly.
can't create
That
around people.
that was one of the third bullet point I was going to touch on. Being alone in individuality when it stands out, um you're able to create, and we get your artwork. We don't get some design artwork that has been instilled or dictated to or through you. We get what you're capable of doing. And that's what we all want anyway. We don't
Mhm.
want the same thing as someone else has done over and over again fed to us. It's I also think that it's not an intentional thing, that the way it's set up sometimes. And I say that because of the way the world spin. We all got different vices, responsibilities, and things that we like. So everybody's involved in something. Everybody has a to-do list. Everybody's invested in their own craft. So out of respect for that, it forms the understanding that I get it. I get it. I see it. But those of us that are disciplined enough to form the consistency, continues to pursue whatever it is, the craft that they're doing. At the end, everybody meets up. I call it meeting at the top. We all meet up because we was
Yeah,
doing what we were supposed to be doing. So
that is so
I
true.
think, and that's looking at it from a positive perspective and not placing the blame on anybody because of the levels of successes that we have. A lot of times we start looking to point fingers, but back to the individuality, I think that was just another bullet point that can add into here to give a wider perspective of the bigger picture you was presenting.
Oh yeah, you're so right. Okay, I try to do this early during interviews all the time. Please
Yes.
plug your social media.
Yes. So my social media, you can find me on Instagram. My name, Troy, TROYRLEGETTE at on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. My first and last name, TROY, last name LEGETTE. For those that would like to follow me as far as my business, me as a barber, Troy's Barbershop LLC, at Troy's Barbershop LLC. You'll see it at TROYSBARBERSHOP LLC on Instagram.
Okay. Thank you so much. I realize and I look at other podcasts and I critique myself along the way. Most time we have these great conversations, but we never give you a chance to plug what you're doing. And end of the thing, when it's the last hour's up, we say, "Hey, plug your stuff," and everybody, let's plug it a couple times. We'll have to plug it another time here. Okay,
Right.
we talked about the Objective Scholar. What other books do you have out?
I have my other book is Social Climax.
Yes.
That's my first book. It was called Social Climax. Like I said, it was one that was written aimlessly. Me just taking the taking the advantage of writing, coming up with poems. And Actually, the story was I was sitting at a table in the Burger King, and a guy came up and asked me what was I doing, and I told him, and he said, "Can I read it?" I let him read it, and he said he loved it. He said, "This is something that you should be sharing with other people." And these were more personal things, writings that I had at the time.
Uh-huh.
That's why I say aimlessly. And I said I wasn't ready to share them. So it took me maybe about 2014, 2015. I had connected with a company. I took a tax return and I self-published the book because I got, I said it's time. I picked out the best ones that I was comfortable with sharing and I went with it. And that was going to be one of my first businesses that I had, me as an author, marketing my work and my talent to people once I got inspired from someone who said they like what I wrote.
Man,
And
I
yes,
applaud you on that, man. I applaud. I mean, because the self-publishing thing's a whole different. It's a whole different project. I mean, really, we try to find out which way to do this. I mean, I know both sides of this. I know the self-publishing guys. I know people who have the big contract. I know some folks who ain't done it because they couldn't self-publish. So, just to self-publish and put it out yourself and market it and put it on the street, I think I commend you for that because I
thank
know
you.
I know the struggle. It's the struggle for real because you become 10 people at one time. The marketing, the front cover, the push. You go from this one person to 10 people because you have to do every aspect of the company to be a success. And I've seen you've done that numerous times, and I've seen you in numerous book signings and doing numerous poetry singing signings and everything. So I applaud you on that. That's great.
Thank you. And I like to share something else, a little bit of more backstory about the book. So this book kind of helped me through my tough times because it was a time when I was struggling with employment, living. So, I was actually, you know, marketing my book hand to hand, selling my book to people that wanted to support me, and I used that to pay my bills. That wasn't the initial goal for the book, but it turned into that because that's all I had to work with
Hmm.
in my struggling situation, and which is why I wasn't in such a rush to release my second because the Social Climax was released in 2015.
Okay,
The Objective Scholar was released in 2024.
gotcha.
So as an author, I'm sure the struggle comes sometimes, and this book was able to help me survive through some tough times, and I'm thankful for it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I
Um,
got you. I
so
understand
that's the
completely.
respect and love I have for that book. My second book was a book I didn't want to be forced to have to sell my book. I wanted it to be a book that I can market and people can gravitate towards it because of they like the art and they want to
Right.
know who I am and learn more about me.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I understand. I understand. Okay, I want to talk about another thing we have another thing we have in common.
Uh-oh.
This piece of work here.
Oh yeah.
This piece of work here. I'm proud of this. I mean,
Yes.
I'm proud of this. I'm gonna tell you why I'm really proud of this. Okay, let me let everybody know. We're part of a collaborative group of fellas. We put our views together. It's an anthology, Black men's view on mental health. And Brother Troy, along with myself, and how many others in here? There's 20 of us.
Probably at a minimum, probably.
At least 20 of Black men have got together to talk about Black men's mental health. I really feel it needs to be addressed even more because just every day is a struggle.
Yes. Yes.
And it's a struggle that most times we can't talk to anyone about besides ourselves. And most times, even when we talk to ourselves, we're scared to talk about it because we don't want
Yes.
nobody to think we crazy. I don't want nobody to think I'm crazy.
Yes.
And I, we all have battles with depression, oppression, PTSD, whatever, whatever society wants to call it. But it's depression. I mean, we all have battles with certain things, and it's certain mental things that we haven't addressed yet. I mean,
Right.
from chemical imbalances to whatever you going on, from alcohol abuse to drug abuse to nicotine abuse, you name it, we've done it. You know,
Right.
and it becomes part of black mental health, black 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 people. Actually, it's black men's mental health, but it becomes black part of all black people's mental health.
Right.
What do you want to say about your piece in the book?
Well, that was I know we did several pieces in that book. That's the one I believe that's
I think this is book one.
book
Is
one.
this book?
Yeah,
Is this book one or book? This book one, right?
that's the first one. Is
This
that the
book
one
one.
with distinguished gentlemen in it?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it yet. But
Okay. So overall, my the piece that I contributed was coming from a point of view of a form of importance that needed to be shared as a collective amongst men, identifying men and recognizing that we are challenged with certain types of situations and struggles, or and having a free open mind to be able to communicate that. So that's what my piece was. My piece was simple in that book. It wasn't large amount of stuff. I believe it's on page 71, if I'm not mistaken.
it's 127. Distinguished
127.
gentleman. Yeah.
Yeah, so
This.
that one distinguished gentleman. Yeah,
Mhm.
so that piece right there is woo, that goes to that individual that's that what you call it, what we build ourselves up to be, what we go through the process of what we go through to build ourselves up to be and know that we are there. So it's a form of influence, reflection. That poem is tight. I like that poem. Uh, I think being aside other great writers in that book complements it because everybody came from a different angle. It wasn't on the
Right.
same angle. And it told a story. The story came from many different perspectives that had a major impact. So yeah.
And I think it had to come from an angle because we all come from the same place. We all come from different angles. I mean, from no fathers to single motherhood to
Yep.
whatever situation
That's
we're
facts.
in, from the ghetto to the rural America. Whatever situation you were in that you had to get out, or you had mental health issues there, and we're all a collective people, but we all come from a different story. Well, we live with our grandmother and our aunt and our mama, or you live with a single family, or you live with an extended family. It all. What I like about reading this book, and let me put this up here, and thank you again, Sister Pam, for having the balls to do this. I can
Yes.
say it just like it is. I really like doing this, and I want to do more of a become part of workshops and things of that nature because we need to talk. We need to talk. Black men need to talk to black men. Black men need to talk to black children. We need to talk. So I thank you for your piece in this, man. And so really, 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 I've read your piece numerous times. Really good piece of work.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate your piece as well, and how you reflected on, a reflection of where you came, like where you grew up and where you came from, and how that coincided. I also want to add on when you say we all need to talk to each other and talk to men and boys and everything like that, especially I guess for this topic, African American boys, is it's I think that if we focus on being able to, each encounter that we have with people, when they walk away knowing they got something from you and it didn't cost them a thing.
Right. That's good. That's good. That's
And
good.
it's of deep value that you gave them. You didn't just give them something. You gave them something that make them think about, something that can have impact on them personally. So that was why we were brought together to be able to write it, because some people right now are not open, are not comfortable with talking with a person, whether they know them or don't. But they can pick up a book and get that one-on-one understanding and read through it themselves, and we can still reach out. So there's so many ways. That was just a one venue and avenue that we used to make the effort.
That's so true. Okay, so what are you working on now, Troy?
Well, right now, um, I had wrapped up a few podcasts. I have two books in the making coming up. I have another poetry book, and I have a memoir involving my barbering business and life.
Okay.
And then aside from that, I've been into the acting, so I've been putting a lot of work into the acting and running a business. So
Okay, I
my
know you said
process
that
is
you're an actor. I mean, we had this conversation. So, when will you be able to say, "Hey, this is the thing I'm in"? I know you're working on the non-disclosures and all that stuff. Is there a
yes.
date and a time we looking for soon?
So I do have one coming up. Is going to be a part of Great People's too. The Great People one, it's on Amazon, and I got a short role in it, but everything works when you're starting out.
Right.
So I was called back for part two, so I'm excited about that. Can't get into too much details about it, but that's the only thing that I know that's solidified right now.
And you said it's on Amazon.
Part one, yeah, you can pull it up on Amazon. Yes, Tubi, I
Okay.
believe it's on Tubi as well, and maybe some
Okay.
other
Okay.
other
What's the name of it
platforms.
again?
It's called Great People.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'll pull that up this weekend, man. I look forward to because I love to support the arts, and I think we don't get supported enough. But I love support the arts, especially when I actually look when I actually know the artist.
That one is a comedy, so get prepared.
Okay.
It's a little comedy, but yeah, yes, it's a starting point. It's what I like to do as well.
Okay, cool, cool. That man, that's so good. I mean, and I realized with the art thing, only thing I haven't tried is a draw yet. Once you start doing, I call it all things communication. Once you start writing books and acting, it just puts you in different realms of different stuff that you realize you're really good at that too.
Yeah, yes, yes, and that goes back to what you were saying in the book that we had. We as kids, little boys, don't know what it is we're good at until we attempt it.
Right,
So, and everybody's not good at the same thing.
right, right,
So it's exposure is the word. Being exposed to things that giving it a one chance to see if you like it, and two, to see if you're capable and have potential. Those are so It's so important these days, because when you talk to the average person that's young, sometimes you ask them what it is you like, what it is you want to do, and you get the response, I don't know.
But you know what? That's funny you said that because sometimes as adults we don't know what to do. I have to raise my hand and say sometimes. I mean, really, you know, as you go through life, I've had numerous jobs doing numerous things. I mean, really,
Yeah.
from very technical to non-technical. I don't know what I want to do myself right now, and I'm honest with myself. I mean, the biggest part I tell, if I'm telling my son this to this day, be honest with yourself. What you want to do? Figure out what you want to do, and you can change your mind, but do something today.
Well, let me say this to you. I think you at your age is different from a young boy, younger teen, or younger boy. They're finding their way. They haven't made any accomplishments. They haven't took on any major responsibilities. So they haven't really exerted or exhausted a lot of energy. You have made tremendous accomplishments. You have helped many people, and you have been raising a family, and you're part of a family. You're a father. So of course, it comes to a point when you've already been invested, when you already been running, when you already been doing, it comes a time when things slow down, because now you have to pace yourself and make every exertion of energy make sense and count. Because we I know they got the commercial about the energizer battery and all that, but us as humans, we don't operate like that. We do what we can. We have to take breaks. We have to regroup. We have to refine, all it replenish. And right now, I would say you more so in your replenish stage. You want to run, but you're replenished because you've done so much. So, like, even right now, I'm on a podcast with you. You're doing. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that's how I would look at and phrase that, coming from you, as how much respect I have for you and what I've seen you have done and the things you have done for me and put in front of me. I'm saying, wow. It's not that you don't know what you want to do yet. It's you replenishing right now. I'm replenishing, because you're gonna be tomorrow. You say that now. Tomorrow you be like calling me up and say, hey man, look, we're gonna go over here, this book event, big book event going on. Let's go do it. And I'll be like, let's go do it.
Well, thank you for that, man. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
I like to say the same about you, man, because I doing this as long as we've done. I've done this about 22 years now,
right.
and you tell people what you know, and very very few listen. You be like, hey, how you gonna do this? How we gonna do this? So we're gonna fall in the pit. I you listen and you follow and you run with me. So I appreciate that, man, because I've told them numerous often, hey, how to do this. You like, hey, look, how we gonna do this? Okay, I see what you did. Let me tweak that with you and let's go with it. And I appreciate you run with it, man. I mean, from us running down to Daytona together to
Yes.
Tampa Bay Black Authors event. I mean,
Yes.
hey,
Yes.
if I
Yes.
know event, I tell you, you know event, you tell me, hey, we'll meet each other there. We go take pictures. I mean,
Yes.
I appreciate you. I appreciate. I mean, it's like off the hood. I mean, off the hood brotherhood. I appreciate you because I've told numerous folks, hey, I'm not telling you this because I just know this because I've done it before. So that's why I'm telling you. You're like, okay, I look. You say, hey, how you do this? And same with you. I'll say, hey, how you do this? You're like, boom, and we listen to each other. So I want to let you know publicly. I appreciate you in that aspect because there have been days that you talk to other authors or people always hit me online. Folks will call me here, and I'll tell them something. And they be like, so why I'm gonna do that? Oh, my friend said do this. I said, well, why are we having this conversation? You've been down the road. You try to tell folks. I try to show you so you ain't got to fall down the steps yourself. I done fell down the steps so we can walk on the steps proud together.
So yes, and you're right. You're 100% right. Also, I like to add is what we do is we create that documentation. So right now we get our inspiration from people who created the documentation years prior to us, such as
Yes,
like Langston Hughes, um, so many others. Right now, we're doing that for our future, our offspring.
that is
They're
so
gonna
true.
have so even though the ones that just think about the many from which you said of the people that documented these events, documented their works prior to us, how many no's or how many negativity or how many lost minds didn't understand where they were coming from at that time, but they kept going to make that connection with us. So
Yes,
we're
yes.
doing the same thing to make the connection with other people down the line that needs or is looking for what we have. You see what I'm saying? So
That is
yeah,
so
man.
true. That is
Yeah,
so
man.
true. I guess it's like you know, it's the ones that get to you are the ones that got away. And I say got
Mhm.
away is it's certain people that listen to you in the only way. Along the way, as you know, later on you'll help somebody, or you try to help somebody right now, and they didn't want it. But 5 years or 2 years down the road, they say, "Man, I gave these folks all this money, man," and you hurt because the ones that got away who didn't listen. Of course, we have numerous success stories. I'm a success story, you're a success story. We listen to each other. We can name a slew of folks, but I guess those are the ones that hurt you. Like, okay, dude, you wouldn't be here if we could have done if you listen, so but that's I guess those the ones that get to because those the ones I get texts from again. Hey, Yonder, hey, I wanted. I was like, dude, you was here 5 years ago. What conversation we had? So,
Mm,
but I agree with you. I agree with you completely.
thank you.
I agree with you completely that we're better by keep on telling, and we're both givers,
Yeah.
so we're giving that aspect.
Yes, yes, yes. We are investing to a greater future. Either way it come, we gonna be ready.
Okay, what's next on your plate? I know you said you work on it. Any book signings coming up?
Book signings. I'm gonna work right now. What I've been doing is I'm in finishing up a degree right now at Arizona State University.
Okay,
So
got you.
I had two more courses to finish up. They told me I needed a language and a college math. So once I can finish those up, hopefully this year is what I'm gonna be putting most of my focus on since it's a degree that I started and I'm already invested in. And I want to complete it. What I start, I complete. So that's where I'm at with that. In between, I will be fitting in writings, the acting and things of that nature. Also, something else that I'm into that I want to get into more is putting myself first, such as you putting yourself first. From a health perspective, from an exercise and physical perspective, I just got a call earlier today from another artist who was preaching this to me. He was telling me, "Listen, you work all the time, you work 7 days a week, you're invested in all these arts and everything like that, but you need to. Nothing comes first. It's a lifestyle. Then you taking care of you and your health."
Right.
Health. So health. We touched on mental health, but individual overall health is a major factor in being able to contribute to all those other external things that we're investing our time and energy in. So especially as we increase in age, it's becoming more of importance to pay attention and become aware and be active, vigilantly active in our personal health because you know um, when our health depletes, a lot of the problems come on top of that. You know what I mean? A lot of the
That's so
challenges come.
true. That is
So that is something that you asked me that I'm training myself, forcing myself to discipline myself to be consistent in that movement, along with the other movements that we've been working on.
yeah, we're no good if we're not here. Okay, Troy, plug your social media again.
Yes. So for those that want to get in contact with me, I even leave my email. You can email me at troyrlegette at gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram at troyrlegette or at on Instagram at troysbarbershop, Troy's Barbershop. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm about to wrap up. Leave my folks. I know all positivity comes out of you all the time. Leave my folks a good word.
A good word. Okay. Know that it's okay to be the first to step into the uncomfortable, the unknowing, the challenged, and take note of all the things that you learn in each of those processes as you move as an individual, because that's the only way you're going to become stronger alongside having a mentor, your family, a good mother and father, parents, a good teacher, a good friend, those siblings, those type of things is important now as we move in the world. So definitely, uh, definitely do that. That's one thing that I would say. Do not be afraid to venture. Do not be afraid to step in and be the first to experience something you never have before.
Ah man, I love that. Do not be afraid to be first. Well, thank you again, Troy Legette. Please check him out. He left all the social medias. I made sure he sent them out first. I really appreciate you. I'm humble. I'm appreciative, and I thank you, man.
Anytime, man. Anytime for
And
you,
thank you for
Yonder. I
my
appreciate
haircut
you.
too, bro. Man, thank. I'm always shocked because of you, man.
Anytime, man. I love doing it. That's what we do. You know what I mean?
And when
That's
you
what we do.
the next project you work on, let me know. You're back on again, bro. So thank you again.
I got you. Anytime.
Okay,
Thank you
take
so
care.
much. Have stay
Thank,
blessed.
thank you, sir.